Quickly, I'll run through here in terms of alienation, because this is a major problem, and the roots of, even in the general society, the roots of many, if not most, personal problems of maladaptiveness and maladjustment, interpersonal problems and so forth, flow from alienation. And again, as I said, when you look, though, at our folk, alienation takes on an even deeper meaning and a more tragic meaning. Alienation is the first step necessary for the efficient domination I'm talking here. That is where you don't have to hold guns on people and things, where they voluntarily do what the society needs for them to do to keep themselves under subordination and in oppression. To achieve that, you got to alienate a people. So the first step there is alienation. To the alienation of the personality by outside agencies. You couldn't give, as I've told you before, all of your money to other alien groups if you're not alienated. You could not give 95 cents out of every dollar to other ethnic groups if you were not outside yourself. You could not subsidize the economic, social, psychological, educational well-being of Korean children while you starve your own if you were not out of your mind. If you didn't have at some level, self-hatred and self-negation, and on some level, though you love your children, there's still another element of negativity under there to continue to rob them of their economic inheritance and to rob them of your wealth, to buy what you want and beg for what you need and leave them begging and starving in the streets while you feed the other people's children. You gotta be out of your mind. You gotta be alienated. That alienation began in slavery. To alienate a people means to alienate their wealth, to put them in a position where their wealth cannot be used in their own interest, to put them in a position where the product of their labor goes to other people. What did I say about MC Hammer? Using your own cultural product to enrich what? Other folk. Black music selling 60% of the music in the world, outselling people's national music. You understand? In their own countries, they're buying more black music than they buy their own native music. Billions of dollars. And yet black people only get a fraction of that wealth. And then they even use that music, as I said earlier. And you see your kids out here bobbing and weaving on the train, being made dumb, listening to rhythm and being made stupid. Using your own cultural product to make you buy cassettes and all the other kind of things to rob you. You've got to be alienated in order for that to happen. You've got to be alienated for people to insult you, don't want to live with you, don't want your children in the school with them, to have a Florio and these other people going to jerk your quality education money away from you soon. Oh yeah, getting ready to jerk it back. Yeah, they're working on you. They hid it behind higher taxes. It was hidden behind one thing: we are not going to invest in those Negroes. That's what it's about. And forgetting that black folk pay taxes and pay a higher percentage of their income in taxes than other folk. You see? But what does it mean then? That's what alienation means, to be separated from yourself and have your own product used against you to maintain yourself. To have people then who insult you, don't want to live with you, don't want to have you around, don't want to educate your children, and then you go in and buy a $500, a $1,000 suit from those same people and you feel good about it. You got to be crazy. Yes. That's why a psychology of African Americans and a psychology of oppression begins with the fact that the craziness of black people is an economic necessity. Yeah. See, the more you go into these issues, and that means people who aren't able to get along with each other too, you see? And you begin to get an idea then of what an African-centered education is once you start looking at these problems, don't you? Huh? You're not going to get that in any white folk school and learn how to deal with this issue of giving your money away to other people in white folk school. It's designed. One of the major reasons black people are educated is to increase their consumption. Yes, the major point of education is to get black people to consume. You're going to be a lawyer so you can make money to what? To buy things from. You're going to get that extra master's degree at night to make money to do what? Buy from. You're going to be a doctor so you can what? Buy from. You see, so I'll just get into consumption, pure consumption. What did I tell you? One of the reasons why the black male is destroying too many of our black males are destroying people is because they measure their manhood by what? Consumption, not production. Consumption. This is what an African-centered education must deal with. Not this multicultural dancing together and singing each other's songs. Your culture is equal to mine. We all contributed to the great American dream. You're full of it. How in the hell is white culture equal to yours and it's killing you? Huh? How do we celebrate this and pretend that that culture has not been a dangerous, evil culture? Huh? No, but that's what they're going to have us doing, you know, in each other, in multiculturalism. Self-alienation refers to a separation from or a lack of awareness of an inhibiting fear of actualizing and developing one's positive intellectual, emotional, and behavioral and spiritual potentials and capacities. What did I say? This black child starts with a natural head start, intellectually, behaviorally, and otherwise. You have to alienate this child from itself. And to be alienated from itself means that it cannot use these natural gifts for its own interest. That's right. It cannot use this ability it has in language and thinking and so forth for itself. It's either got to escape those natural gifts and leave them behind, or it's got to constrict them and distort them in a way that they can only be used to maintain European power. And this is what alienation is about. It's either going to leave you basically powerless or without, or it's going to organize what power they decide to leave in such a way that it still is going to contribute to maintaining the system. In fact, you're going to see that as the ultimate endpoint of your education, the degree to which you can contribute to America. In fact, you teach your multicultural history that way. In fact, you teach your multicultural history that way. Let's talk about how we contributed to the United States. What are you talking about? Contribute to what? The Star Wars defense? Huh? Contribute to helping America maintain oppression of African people? Let's not be so swift to congratulate ourselves even on that. Contribute to the killing of Indians so that this country could run, these people could run themselves over? I know, I don't want to rain on your parade. You know, we got to think here. But that kind of teaching separates you from what? Reality. And to the degree that you're separated from reality, to that degree, you're out of your mind. So then, to alienate people, you must separate them from their God-given gift. Self-alienation involves being separated from one's real self. This is the real African child, intellectually advanced, powerful mind, body, and soul. This is that real child, not a child who can't read, has problem writing, has problem doing mathematics. We talk about ourselves as inventing mathematics and technology and so forth. And then we had to ask ourselves the question, why then are we having problems in the areas of science and technology and so forth today? It implies then that somewhere we have become separated from the original African technological and scientific mind. Yeah. And this is what alienation is about, is being separated from the real self.